Welcome to a captivating journey into the human mind. Today, we will delve into two seemingly contrasting realms: the theories of Sigmund Freud, the father of psychoanalysis, and the profound, timeless teachings of Buddhism. Freud transformed our understanding of the mind in the Western world, but how do his ideas stand against the wisdom of Buddhist philosophy, which has guided millions toward inner peace for centuries? And what insights does modern science provide regarding this comparison? Before we dive deep into this rich discussion filled with insights, I invite you to share your thoughts on the clash between Freud and Buddhism in the comments below. It's always fascinating to read your perspectives. Freud and the unconscious mind. Sigmund Freud believed that our behavior is driven by unconscious forces, repressed desires, forgotten memories, and primal instincts that influence our actions without our awareness. He categorized the mind into three components: the id, which contains our most basic impulses, such as the drive for pleasure and aggression; the ego, which attempts to mediate these impulses with the reality of the external world; and the superego, which functions as our moral compass, shaped by societal norms. Freud saw the conflict between these three elements as the source of psychological suffering. His solution? Psychoanalysis, a process aimed at bringing repressed thoughts to consciousness so we can confront them and alleviate our suffering. Freud's lasting influence on modern psychology. Despite some revisions to his theories over time, Freud remains a pivotal figure in psychology, particularly regarding the impact of the unconscious and the significance of childhood experiences in shaping our personalities. He argued that unresolved conflicts from our past can continue to affect our behavior and emotions in the present, leading to anxiety and other disorders. Today, many therapists still utilize his ideas, especially when addressing childhood traumas that may be repressed but still influence adult life. For instance, in modern therapies like cognitive behavioral therapy, elements of psychoanalysis are integrated to help patients confront and process painful memories, allowing them to release the emotional burden they carry. Buddhism's perspective on the mind. While Freud posited that our issues arise from repressed desires, Buddhism teaches that human suffering originates from ignorance and attachment. Buddhism views the mind as inherently clear and aware but clouded by illusions, desires, and attachments. The Buddhist path aims to liberate the mind from these distractions through meditation, mindfulness, and ethical living. For example, meditation can be used to observe our thoughts and emotions without judgment, fostering deeper awareness and reducing emotional reactivity. Key contrasts between Freud and Buddhism. Freud focused on bringing unconscious desires to the surface to resolve inner conflicts. In contrast, Buddhism teaches that desire itself is the root of suffering. Instead of exploring repressed desires, Buddhism suggests that the key to freedom lies in completely letting go of these desires, recognizing their transient and impermanent nature. A practical example of this is the practice of mindfulness, where individuals are encouraged to observe their desires and attachments without identifying with them. This observation helps create space between the self and desires, allowing for greater emotional freedom. Another significant difference lies in their views of the self. Freud emphasized the importance of the ego in balancing the mind and reality, while Buddhism introduces the concept of anatta, or non-self, suggesting that the ego is an illusion that traps us in suffering. For Buddhism, true peace arises from realizing that there is no fixed self and that everything is in constant flux. This perception of impermanence can be liberating, as it enables us to relinquish the need for control and fixed responses to life. Freud and Buddhism. What modern science says. Modern science has validated several concepts from both Freud and Buddhism. Cognitive psychology, for instance, supports the idea that much of our behavior operates unconsciously, as Freud suggested. However, the notion of repressed desires has been refined. Today, the unconscious is understood as a network of automatic functions rather than a reservoir of hidden desires. Meanwhile, Buddhist teachings on mindfulness and meditation find strong backing in contemporary neuroscience. Numerous studies indicate that mindfulness practices significantly reduce stress, anxiety, and depression while enhancing overall well-being. Moreover, research shows that regular meditation can even alter brain structure, increasing activity in areas associated with emotional well-being and calming emotional reactivity. Conclusion and invitation. Freud and Buddhism offer distinct yet complementary approaches to understanding the mind and suffering. Freud aids us in addressing the wounds of our past, while Buddhism teaches us to detach from desires and live in the present moment. Both perspectives hold value, and modern science increasingly integrates elements of both to provide more effective solutions for mental health challenges. If you enjoyed this video and want to continue exploring topics related to personal development, science, and spirituality, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Here, I share deep reflections and intriguing curiosities that can transform your way of thinking and living. By subscribing, you join a growing community of individuals seeking knowledge and self-discovery. And please share your thoughts in the comments. Your insights can inspire others. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.